Hey everyone, welcome to the best U.S. Mint news channel on YouTube. I'm Son of a Silver Stacker. Today's date is the 16th of September, 2025, and in this video, we have a few different topics we're going to tackle. Number one, namely, it's the most important one. I didn't really put it in emphatic order, but that's okay. What we're talking about here is the limited edition silverproof set and the silverproof set and what is it? The American Silver Eagle out of San Francisco, California, the one that's coming up on the 23rd of this month. You won't believe what's going on with that. And I actually did something kind of, well, I'll tell you, I did, yeah, right. I purchased a subscription for the limited edition silverproof set. It's $255, but if you do the math, the $150 for the silverproof set and then the $95 for the San Francisco proof, that means I don't have to buy either one of those. I'm getting the limited edition silverproof set. Yeah, it doesn't come with the clad nickel or the clad penny or the clad Sacagawea golden dollar, but that's okay. It truly is a silverproof set. And the United States Mint actually had done something with the mintage limit, not the stated product limit, but the mintage limit for the San Francisco proof. You won't even believe it. Now, we're also going to talk a little bit about the sales, the numismatic sales from the United States Mint. We're not going to go over them in detail like we typically do. I'm just going to talk about two different, two different precious metals, right? We're going to talk about the gold American Liberty and then the silver American Liberty sales numbers. It's quite incredible, actually. But before any of that, if you're new here, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We're trying to get to a bazillion subs. It's actually a really big number. In fact, it's ginormous. You can check it out on the Google machine. Also, we're always live, never edited, and always unscripted. I never know what I'm not going to say. Also, if you could, please consider becoming a member. It's $1.99 a month. It's really not that much money in a grand scheme of things. It's the price of a cheap cup of coffee once per month for Stacker here in Stacker's name. And also, it's like 6.6 cents per video in a 30-day calendar month. So it's not a whole lot of. Now, let's go check out the new all-time high for gold. Really remarkable. So gold's up 15.60 to 37.0820. Silver up 6 cents to 42.95. Platinum up 70 cents, kind of basically flat for those two. So platinum's up 70 cents to 14.1805. Palladium up 8.65 to 14.65, and Dr. Copper's down 2 pennies over here to 4.70 per pound. Down here, you're looking at an in-stock American Silver Eagle, whose premium is $6.69 for a quantity of 1 through 39. They'll ask that you pay $49.63. So we're about what is that? 37 cents away or so from $50, which we'll probably see by the end of this week, if not more. Now down here, this is the buyback. The sell to them price is $43.59. And that's definitely above the silver spot price, but not the $1.20 that we typically see. Now, next up, United States Mint's product page, and we're going to be talking about the September 23rd release for the American Eagle 2025 1-ounce silver-proof coin out of San Francisco, and that's right, and the October 16th, which comes out a month from today, limited edition silver-proof set. But before that, look at that. The navy, and I'm telling you, I don't think the Mint has the silver that they wish they had. I think that there's a deficit or a supply shortage or whatever you want to call it, whatever games people play with words. I just don't think it's available to them. And I think this navy proof is going to have a mintage closer to, just like the laser engraved one, I think it's going to have a mintage closer to 75,000. Much like the American Silver Eagle that had the very first privy mark back in 2020, that V75. And that one is tiny compared to the ones we're seeing today, right? Now, let's keep on keeping on. We're going to go to the silverproof set right here. This was $150, and it really didn't, it didn't drop that long ago. If we go ahead and look at the product schedule here, yeah, it came out August 7th, and here we are in September 16th, and this bad boy's gonzo. Now, there was no mintage limit. There was no stated product limit. However, the United States Mint has only sold out in there's only the ones out in the wild that are about 114,000. And that was the last numbers we checked. And people could be, sending more of these sets back because of the American women quarters are actually have the yellow toning on them. And I sure hope that's not the case for the limited edition silverproof set, because if it doesn't, well, the limited edition silverproof set, if they've rectified the problem, gotten rid of the toning, the reason for the toning, well, then those are going to be really highly sought after, I would imagine. That's my opinion anyway. So there it is. And have you seen what these silver proof sets from 2025 are selling for? Yeah, because let's go to eBay here. I'm going to go to the top of the page and I'm going to show you under completed and sold listings that have ended recently for the 2025 San Francisco silver proof set. And what's interesting about this is that you don't really have a whole lot of silver proof sets. It's First Strike, Deep Cameo, Morgan and Peace dollars, yada yada. But look, 2 coins right there. 309, 289, but that's not really what the story is. Look at this. Limited edition silver proof set, pre-sale, free shipping, 319. I think this person should have probably listed it at $399. It's probably going to be double the price, just like the United States Mint's silver proof set that you can see here shortly. Because remember, it was $150, but now, bam! Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, $309.25 for a silver proof set. Did you ever think you'd see a day where a silver proof set's going to be $309? Leave it to the United States Mint to help out the collectors in this way. And it begs the question, is this one toned? Is it not toned? But that is remarkable. $309 for a silver proof set. And that's not all, folks, because it keeps on keeping on here. It's a gift that keeps on giving. I'll show you here in a second. I'm going to get there eventually, right? Here's one. 2025 ASE United States Mint silver proof set, sold out at Mint. I like how they put that on there. It justifies the price, right? $279 there. Hey, sold on September 13th. So we have one on the 15th, one on the 14th, I believe, one on the 13th. $305. That's a good bit of money, and it says sold out at the Mint. Yowza! Look at this, $299, also sold out at the Mint. I think it's the same folks. Yeah, Emerald City, $299.95. It just goes to show you never know what's going to happen. Here's one here, $272, located in Fenton, Michigan. It's incredible what's happening to the silver proof set value. And remember, when we talked about the silver proof set back in the day, we mentioned that Kennedy half dollar. Here's one for $249 for September 10. We talked about how the Kennedy half dollar was selling anywhere between $130 to $150, the price of the silver proof set. Well, not anymore, right? Look at that $250 there. So you can see what's happening to the value of this silver proof set. It's definitely going up. And I got to ask the question to y'all, how high will it go? How high will it be? What's going to be ultimately the value if the mintages are, 114,000, or maybe there have been more people that are turning theirs in. Maybe, just maybe it's 100,000. Maybe it's under 100,000 that are going to be out in the wild, and how many of those have been broken up and graded. I sure would love a repository of information for all the people, like coin collectors, numismatists, flippers, and investors could go to a website where they're going to be like, okay, I've broken out 5 sets. Okay, great. And then we go to the population report and like, oh, there's only 112,535 left, out of the stated total sales of it, right? That would be fantastic. Now let's keep on keeping on here. All right, so I subbed for the limited edition silver proof set just yesterday. I'm surprised that it is still add to bag. In fact, let me go ahead and hit refresh, make sure it is. Yeah, there we go. Product limit on this is 25,008. I don't believe the United States Mint's actually going to make 25,008. I think it's going to be closer to probably 15 to 18,000, which what does that do for the value of the limited edition silver proof set? It's going to be one of the least minted ones in the limited edition silver proof set history. I think we're typically seeing 50,000 to 40,000, but the United States Mint is right-sizing their sales, and the 2024 sales suggest that 25 is the right spot to be. But like I said, I don't think the United States Mint has that much silver because they've got a lot of projects going on, and I don't think there's the availability for that silver. And I think that's why the comic art and coin and metal program is going to be a big deal, because that 2.5 ounce silver metal, that takes a whole lot of silver up there, right? I mean, and the numbers we're talking, it's 25,000. So if you extrapolate the data, you're looking at the minimum of 50,000 ounces of silver, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a whole lot, but in a year where there's a deficit or a shortage, every little bit counts. I think that's important to realize. Now check this out. We're going to go to the eBay website right here, and we're going to look up the 2025 limited edition silver proof set. Yeah. Well, there was that one, and that's it right there, 319. That's 2025. But after that, there's not a whole lot of at all. It ends up just being baseball cards and football cards. What's up with that? And I know I've got it under here. I've got all categories. Maybe I should do coins and collectibles and paper money. Let's try that out. 222 results down to 13. There we go. Very rare. Nope, not it. Not it. Not it. 319 and so on and so forth. So yeah, not going to happen. Now let's get to the bigger news of the day. Check this out. The United States Mint, we had a question about this particular coin here. This is the San Francisco Proof American Silver Eagle. And it's the last of the San Francisco Proof American Silver Eagles. You can read this here. It says, thank you for subscribing to the American Eagle Silver 1 ounce proof coin out of San Francisco, California. There are currently no further releases scheduled for this product beyond 2025 as we create new numismatic products to enhance your collection. So it's gonzo, right? But that's not the whole story. I have to go down to the bottom to actually get this to scroll. See, look at that. Mintage limit. Yeah, it used to say 110,000. Do you recall? Now it says 158,008. Wait, where did that 8 come from? Well, good question. It came from here, 25,008. So it looks like the United States Mint has added the 25,008 to the 110,000, but that's not all, folks. I do believe the United States Mint, and now check this out. I got here the difference here. So you add those two together, it's 135,008 less 135,008 less the 158,000. The difference is 23,000 exactamente, exactly. And then you divide that by 40 bulk packs. That means there's probably going to be, for the bulk buyers here, 575 40 coin bulk packs available to the bulk folks. And that's how we get that mintage limit of 158,008. Yowza. I'll tell you, this is definitely new territory that we are in. And I'm telling you, the reason why I subscribed to the limited edition silver proof set, if we go here, let me scroll down here. Yeah, it's $95 for the silver proof here. And what is it? 155 here? Let me go make sure I got the right price there. Yeah, 255 there. So if you add the silver proof out of San Francisco, that's 95, and then you add together the silver proof set at what, $150, you're very close. I think within $10 of the $255 price tag. So you can get the silver proof set and the last San Francisco proof. And that's pretty amazing, actually. So that's what I've done. And I could tell you I made a boo-boo yesterday. I actually had the 2.5 ounce silver Superman medal in my cart. And when I checked out for the subscription, yeah, I accidentally bought the 2.5 ounce Superman medal. I had to call the United States Mint to say, yeah, I made a mistake. You need to cancel the Superman medal because I bought one on September 5th. And then 10 days later, just yesterday, I buy another one. Yeah, my wife already had a strong talk with me about that purchase on the 5th. And I walked into the office where she works, and I'm like, made a mistake. So if you see the bank account of $275, yeah, I've already canceled that, all right? She says, get your bone and get your bowl. You're in the doghouse. And I'm like, what a bummer, So, yeah, made that mistake. And the money didn't come back immediately. It's still out in the ether somewhere floating around, that $275, because it's not back in my bank account, regrettably. Hopefully it'll be there by this Friday. But boy, oh boy, what a mistake. Boy. Anyway, yeah, Mint's changing things around. And I got to ask the question, why do you think they changed the mintage limit on this San Francisco proof? Is it because our inquiry, our guessing, are asking these questions about this? Like, hey, wait a minute. Does the 110,000 mintage limit for the American Silver Eagle out of San Francisco, does that include the silver proof sets? And does that include the bulk purchasers? No, it didn't. Obviously, the Mint had got a heads up somehow, and they figured out that, hey, we need to do the correct mintage and not just stay that it's the product limit. So kudos to the Mint for being flexible enough to change that mintage limit to what it really ought to be at 158,008. Kudos to you. Now, let's get over here. This is the cumulative sales numbers. I'm going to keep this short and sweet under production sales figures, and we're going to be looking at the American Liberty Gold coin. Had a stated product limit of 12,000 even, Steven. Looks like they're 25 away from that. Do you remember the United States Mint even drop? Because I think we were like 7,000, almost 8,000. Yeah, and where did the other 5,000 or 4,000 come from? And did they drop all at once? or was it trickled out like 100 or 250 at a time? I'll tell you, that is super duper interesting to see those come back and then almost generally sell out because you can't really buy them right now. If you go to the Mint's product schedule, yeah, it doesn't say add to bag or anything like that. It just says remind me. But what's really interesting, yeah, check this out, is that 29,995 for the American Liberty silver medal. That's remarkable. They had a stated product limit of 60,000, stated mintage limit of 60,000, and they only got halfway there. And I do believe it is because of silver deficit or silver shortage, silver supply shortage, or whatever you want to call it. I think it's hard to come by. And let's be realistic here. Let's be honest of what we're seeing here. Some of the planchets are damaged, it seems like, for the silver coins and metals. The Mint's quality control this year has been subpar. It's like rolling the dice. You don't know what you're going to get. And chances are it's going to be a Proof 69 or a Mint 69. And that's a greater chance than having a Proof 70 or a Mint State 70 coin or a metal. It's just really incredible. And I have my doubts of the quality for the comic art silver medal featuring Superman. They've sold 12,791 of those out of 25,000. And I think they really ought to call it at probably 13 or 14 or 15,000. And that's it. Just, you know what? We're not going to make any more. It's a lot of silver. The quality might not be that good. We're going to get a lot of returns, yada, yada. You see what I'm saying there? Yeah. Interesting days over at the United States Mint, and they are really doing collectors a favor by making so many coins and metals that are subpar quality, because there's going to be a lot of returns, and that would make less population out there, right? Low mintages, high grades. So if you do have one in a high grade and it's a low mintage, you probably scored. That there also is another factor is demand. Also is right. So those ones that sold out in a day, yeah, I'd say that had demand, right? Now let's go to the plus ones. I've yammered for way too long here this morning. Got stuff to do. All right, this is Psalm 120, number 7. It says here, I have peace, but when I speak, they are for war. And I think what if I'm going to wrap my head around this, and I've added a little something extra to this to wrap your heads around it and my heads around it to get some better understanding, a little breadth and depth to the conversation. It says they shout for war because they view the Lord's appeal for peace as a sign of weakness and vulnerability. Now, this is an expression of longing for peace in a world that responds with hostility or conflict. It reflects the speaker's desire for harmony and reconciliation, yet their words or presence provoke opposition, misunderstanding, or aggression from others. The verse captures the frustration of someone who embodies or advocates for peace but faces antagonism. Bitter. That's awful. Now, let's bounce over here to 395 99.9 KOIN Coin News Radio. This is the fifth dimension. Aquarius, Let the Sun Shine In. Isn't this a great song? This is like one of my all-time, this is like got to be top 50 of songs for me of all time. Really great stuff here. And Jupiter aligns with Mars. What are they talking about? It's so crazy. What's up with that? Now let's bounce here back to the home screen. I want to thank y'all for coming. Thanks for dropping by. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you do like what you hear and see, please sub the channel. It's absolutely free. We are not an AI bot talking to you in your ear right now. We are a real live human being with a life. Well, at least I'm trying to get one anyway. And, it would mean a whole lot if you could subscribe and be a member to the channel. It would really help out. Now, if like 10,000 of you became a subscriber and 10,000 of you became members, yeah, I'd be very happy with that. Now, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Hope you're able to, what is it, Taco Tuesday? Come on. That's got to be one of the greatest days of the week, besides Friday and Saturday. Yeah, those are my 3 favorite days right there. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Stacker out.